episode of the Federal Church Presents Better Than Bloomberg. Here is another note from Zero Hedge as to the nature of the housing market and the economy in general. Housing affordability worsens as home ownership out of reach for anyone making under $100,000 a year. The housing affordability crisis continues to worsen as mortgage rates skyrocket to two-decade highs while the cost of an average home is still at bubbly levels. Financing costs are through the roof, and anyone earning less than $100,000 has been priced out of home ownership. A new report via real estate brokerage firm Redfin Corp found that in October, the average buyer needed to earn $107,281 to afford the monthly mortgage payment of a median-priced home, up a whopping 46% from a year ago of $73,668. See that graphic there for Bloomberg. Yeah, that is much higher than from only a year ago. Considering there have been a record 19 consecutive months of negative real wage growth, most of which have been under President Biden's tenure, many prospective homebuyers have likely given up and are now renting or back in their parents' basement. Affordability challenges are a major reason why home sales have slowed so dramatically over the last few months, Redfin said in the report. What's made the affordability crisis worse is the Federal Reserve's most aggressive interest rate hiking in decades to quell inflation and sent the 30-year fixed mortgage above 7% within the last several quarters. Again, most people can't even afford the down payment at that point. This has caused a payment shock as elevated rates, high home prices, faltering wage growth have priced out millions of Americans. According to the National Association of Realtors, today's souring home buying environment has been described as the worst in decades. This is the Housing Affordability Composite Index. Went down. None of this should surprise readers since we first stated in March that soaring interest rates would significantly challenge housing affordability. Today we see the death of the American dream in home ownership. And what's the result? You'll rent and own nothing. Well, that's a very similar statement from the World Economic Forum. By 2030, you'll own nothing and you'll still be happy. More importantly, all of this suggests home prices could be on the cusp of a major downturn. We suspect 2023 will be a tumultuous year for the housing market until the Fed pivots. And we almost forgot Bloomberg op-ed earlier this year said anyone earning less than $300,000 should eat lentils. You know, I thought this was a joke, but apparently it is real. From Bloomberg's Twat Fest account. Inflation stings most if you earn less than $300,000. Here's how to deal. Take the bus, don't buy in bulk, try lentils instead of meat. Nobody said this would be fun. I don't know what they were thinking with that, but this has been another episode. The Federal Church Presents Better Than Bloomberg.